Since the late 90s, one company has been the gatekeeper for the entire global economy. If you wanted customers, you had to bow to the Google algorithm. I spent the last 10 years mastering that algorithm. I built a 7-figure agency on it. I know how powerful that traffic is. But for the first time in history, the internet's gatekeeper is losing control. The era of just rank and bank, honestly, it's over. And for 90% of the internet, what comes next is going to be a bloodbath. What I'm about to show you isn't fear-mongering. It isn't a prediction for 2030. This is happening right now, this week, to businesses just like yours. And if you're still playing by the old rules, you're about to become invisible. For the first time since 2015, Google's market share has dropped below 90%. Billions of lost queries. And then you can look at the casualties. Take Chegg, the education giant. They lost 99% of their market value when ChatGPT started offering for free what they charged for. They've since filed an antitrust lawsuit against Google. That's how existential this is. If you run a blog or a national content site, the stats are terrifying. Organic click-through rates for informational queries, things like how to tie a tie, have had a 61% decline. Think about what that means. You can rank number 1 for your target keyword and still lose 88% of your traffic. Google's own AI overviews now appear in up to 47% of search results. When they do appear, the zero click rate jumps to 83%. 83% of searches don't have any clicks. Google is eating its own children to survive. Gartner predicts that organic search traffic to websites will decline 50% or more by 2028. To call that a market correction is a joke. This is an extinction event. But wait, just when everyone was writing Google's obituary, something unexpected happened. December 2025 data shows Google's market share stopped falling and actually started ticking back up. So what happened? 3 things. First, ChatGPT's user growth slowed dramatically. Only 6% growth from August to November of 2025. This means they hit saturation. Second, OpenAI's GPT-5 rollout was nothing short of a disaster. Users expected a massive leap forward and got incremental improvements at best. And third, most importantly, Google itself went to war. They aggressively integrated Gemini AI across their entire ecosystem. Instead of losing users to ChatGPT, they kept them inside Google. This isn't Google dying, this is Google adapting. And while everyone else is panicking, my agency made a massive shift. We looked at this data years ago and realized one crucial thing. AI can write a blog post. AI can code a website. AI can summarize a book. But AI has a good bit of development left before it can come to your house and replace a water heater. While informational search is dying, local search is by and large unchanged. This is the paradox. Creating content to rank is easier than ever because of AI, but getting traffic to national sites is harder than ever because it's now a winner-take-all game. That is why we stopped targeting informational queries. My agency, we went all in on local. Because when someone searches for a plumber, they don't want an AI summary, they want a phone number. They want a human who can show up and help them. But don't get comfortable. Just because local is safe from ChatGPT replacing the service doesn't mean local SEO stays the same. The way Google ranks local businesses is changing fundamentally. The game is no longer about keywords, it's about entities. See, way back in 2018, Google started moving away from keyword matching to entity-based search using transformer architecture. Transformer architecture is the exact same technology that powers ChatGPT. It's actually what the T stands for. If you want to know more about entity research, I have a full video about it, and I'll link to it at the end of this one. But what does this mean for you? Google stopped asking, does this website say plumber in Houston, and started asking, is this business a real entity connected to this location? Princeton University researchers tested different content strategies to see what actually gets picked up by these transformer models. They found 3 core tactics that produced a 40% increase in visibility. First, citing authoritative sources. Second, adding direct quotations from recognized experts. And third, including specific statistics and data points. Now, writing local content that hits all three of those triggers manually is a nightmare. So I'm going to show you my local SEO content writer prompt. It forces the AI, we typically use Claude for this, to write your local pages using this exact framework, automatically pulling in local data and authoritative structures. The copy-paste prompt is inside my school community. If you don't want to pause and grab it from this video, there's a link in the description. So we took that prompt and those Princeton findings and applied them to local SEO. If you want to build an entity that wins in both Google Local and AI search, you need to do three specific things. First, stop treating your Google business profile as a profile. Treat it as the single source of truth. You need to optimize your GBP completely, not just one category. You need primary categories, secondary categories, and 30 or more services listed. You need to match your website structure exactly to that profile. This creates a logic loop both for the Google algorithm and for the AI models. It confirms you are who you say you are and you do what you say you do. Second, prove your location. We used to just put a keyword in the title tag. Now, you need to build location pages that target specific neighborhoods. We overlay your ranking map with a neighborhood map. Wherever you aren't ranking in the top 3, we build a page for that specific neighborhood. This tells the transformer algorithm that your entity exists physically in that specific area. Third, and most importantly, citations. For national SEO, links are about authority. For local SEO, citations about existence. We join the local chamber of commerce for every client. We get listed in local directories. We sponsor local youth sports. Why? Because AI platforms trust data that is corroborated across multiple sources. If Google sees that you're on the Chamber of Commerce site and ChatGPT sees you on a local directory and your website matches both, you become a trusted entity. But here's the trap. If your name, your address, or your phone number is inconsistent across these directories, the AI can stop trusting you. So I use my Ruthless Citation Hunter prompt. I'll show that prompt on screen also as before, link in the description if you want to grab it from my school group. This prompt gets the AI model you feed it to act like a forensic analyst. You plug in your business info and it hunts down every mismatched phone number, every wrong address, and every duplicate listing that is confusing the algorithm. It even generates a fix order playbook with the direct links you need to claim the good listings and burn the bad one. But you can't optimize for what you don't measure. So here's the secret weapon we use. It's not some expensive enterprise tool. We use Google Analytics. It's completely free. If you set it up correctly, you can filter your referral traffic to see exactly how many visitors you're receiving from each of the specific AI models. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Grok. This lets you see the impact of your entity building in real time. And when you look at that traffic in analytics, you're going to notice something. The volume is almost certainly going to be lower than what Google sends you. A lot lower, like 10 or 100 times lower. But Adobe did some research that reveals something counterintuitive. AI-driven referral traffic generates 80% more revenue per visit for certain sites. Retail sites see 23% lower bounce rates, so this means lower traffic volume but higher revenue because AI platforms are pre-qualifying your visitors. They're not just tire kickers, they're generally interested in going deeper. The expert predictions are converging. Gartner says that traditional search volume is going to drop by 25% this year. We'll see if that happens, especially now that Google is growing again. But that drop is happening in the informational space, the how-to space. The I need local help right now space, that's still growing. The businesses winning in this new environment treat AI visibility as a core strategic priority. They build authentic brand authority that AI systems can't ignore. The window for early mover advantage is still open. Most SEOs are still trying to save their dying blogs. They're fighting a losing war against AI overviews. If you pivot to local SEO right now and you just build your entity correctly, you're not just going to survive the death of Google. You're positioning yourself to be the only answer left standing. Click here to watch a full breakdown of why keyword research is dead and you need to be focused on entity research.